находился на улице Киева, где получил удар по голове, в результате чего потерял сознание. Очнулся в этом подвале.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Bitter Popcorn, and today we will talk about torture. Not medieval, but modern. Today, against the background of military operation in Ukraine, police lawlessness in Russia has reached an unthinkable scale. People are imprisoned for opinions, for expressing their attitude to the war, with the sledgehammers literally knocking those opinions out of their heads. You have probably heard about a guy who managed to not only to experience on himself his terrible tortures, but somehow to collect video materials about it, bring them to France and make them public. Of course, this is not only a problem for Russia. Remember the famous experiment when one group of the people was given the task to control another group, to dominate it, and this led to the fact that the people who had power in their hands began to show more and more cruelty.
86, 21, 74, 90, 15, 82, 38, 67, 69. Wegtreten. Wuchtel 82.
Nein, Herr Strafvollzugsbeamter.
Nein, Herr Strafvollzugsbeamter.
Na, dann ist ja gut.
Ja, hat dir schon mal jemand gesagt, dass du stinkst, Mann?
I remembered a very strong Italian film on this topic. We will talk about it now. The film called On My Skin from 2018. The title should be understood as Feel on Your Own Skin. The Italians had such a story when in one prison under incomprehensible, not for employees, circumstances, about 200 people died in 1 year. Stefano was the person, the real person, who became the starting point of a high profile case. I mean, a guy. Like young Italians have no less vices than the youth of other countries, I think. Banned, perhaps in Europe, every second person who does not sleep at night but walks around the city in search of enjoyment and movement, which is actively used by the local police. Stefano turned out to be among the very chosen ones.
Funny? I wouldn't joke around if I were you. You're in some serious trouble. Lying to 5 cops. Dealing a bunch of dope. Let's shut it.
Car's clean.
Search his too.
So you deal and he's the client?
I'm a surveyor. I don't deal.
I'm not talking about your day job.
Come on, I was just hanging out talking to my friends.
You shut it. You shut the hell up.
Who are awaiting the last judgment even before being sent to the next world. The most important, indisputable plus of the film is Alessandro Borghi. Yes, the one who dreamed of becoming the father of the mafia in the movie Sulla 2015. And he is also like the brave hero, lover of a morgue worker in the film Naples Under Veil 2017. Borghi is a talented actor and he knows it. And I don't think he thought about shooting on my skin for a long time. Here you will see him in a way you have not seen him before. How much weight has he lost? How long has he been in the movie? God, how interesting it is. Special thanks to the makeup artists. He sometimes breaks down from anger at a person, then cries like a child from a weakness. Only an hour or two ago he was finishing his tea in his mother's cozy apartment, and here upside down, in a couple of hours, the personality turns into an organism shivering from the cold. The tragedy is that the person has almost died. There may be a few breaths left, but he continued to listen to advice, prove something, try to help himself out of with the last of his strength. He does not give up, and the viewer, wiping away tears, wants to help him, but how? They don't give him an injection for pain, not because they shouldn't or don't believe or are angry, but because they know better what he needs, because they are people and he is just a nobody on who they manage to put handcuffs on. The picture leaves behind some questions in terms of the script. In the final, you listen with your whole body to the insertion of audio from the real meeting in the courtroom. My heart was already jumping out. I feel deeply sorry for him.
One of the arresting officers.
Cucchi. We stopped him actually purchased narcotics from Mr. Cucchi.
Good morning. To be clear, you are no longer obligated to answer these say, can and will be used against you. How do you wish to enter your plea?
I plead not guilty to the... but I plead guilty to the possession charge. For...
Do you have anything to add?
Yes, most likely he didn't just skip it. But in any case, he left the choice for the customers to use or not. He was left with no choice. This is not a theater of one actor, but many of those who appeared in the frame were a little superficial. But I think this is the desire of the director to get as close as possible to the real story. I really like the actors who played relatives, which is only the mother of the main character frozen in suspense in front of a filled ashtray. Then I remembered the words from the song. I'm watching the stuffy twilight under the clouds. I don't know exactly what will happen next. I only remember your hands. I put 10 to this movie. Such a film adaptation deserves long applause. P.S. Don't let the topic of violence in prisons frighten you, because physical cruelty in the film remained behind the scenes. You will only see a sharp but expected switch from a healthy guy to a beaten up man with his hands and feet. And the most crazy thing about it is that it still is and it still goes on. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you liked it. Put some likes, put some comments, and see you in the next episode.